Hello, hello, hello. I hope you can hear me. He's 𝗀𝗢𝗨 or Jean-Claude. So this is now video number 0, episode number 0, that you will also find on YouTube, and because I will be loading that regularly, and it will be on the 2 platforms, on Facebook and on YouTube. Because yes, I decided today to start a live stream series about what I'm doing, because I get so many questions, and doing all the posts is nice, but maybe sometimes to go also on video, to show my face, to show that I'm really somebody that is really there, that it's not something that is a virtual assistant, so as many are doing, or just hiding behind, let's say, a screen and just doing some audio messages. So I decided to really do that. So of course I will continue to write posts, but the video message make it more personal. And that's my aim, also to show that it is someone really real, because I think that's not an automated system, and this is how it should be. Let me just check if everything is working, because we need to make sure it's working there. Yes, it should be now live, it should be here. So, and so it's not about showing also a lot of super images there. It's just to make it real, to make it personal, to show that what I'm telling, what I'm doing is really coming from me. And it's really super nice to also see that I have the opportunity to start to interact over the video. And I will be here every night at 6 p.m. Swiss time. Maybe sometimes I will have to drop it because I have another appointment, but I would be here at least 3 to 5 times a week for the next few weeks, at least for the next 4 weeks. So anything you will have, any questions you will have, just comment on it, just send the questions also via Messenger. You can go through my Facebook page, or if you are watching that on YouTube, also on YouTube, you can really ask the questions too. If you are on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, give a like or not, give a comment, that would be super welcome. The same is also valid for Facebook. So anything you will see there and you will say there will be welcome. So since it is number 0, let me start first of all with me, with my very short story. I will not talk for 3 hours about that, but I think since many people are asking who am I think it was maybe wise now for starting this series to really tell you where I'm coming from. So first of all, I'm Swiss, but I consider myself as a man of the world. So my name is Jean-Claude Monachon. People call me 𝗀𝗢𝗨. I'm living sometimes in Switzerland, sometimes in Russia, sometimes elsewhere in the world when I'm able to travel. So my luck is really that I've been able since 1986 to be living out of my passion. I left the 9-to-5 job to fly to the Maldives, and I stayed in the Maldives for 3.5 years. And yes, Maldives, I consider the Maldives as my second home. I have many friends there, above water and underwater. So you got it. My passion, my very first passion, is scuba diving, is the underwater world. And of course I have multiple passions that I'm going to cover as well during that very short life. But scuba diving has been the door opener for myself to go around the world, to have the opportunity to meet people from any kind of profession, different cultures, different languages. So I have been lucky that I have been able to learn 5 languages. Not at school. Actually, I learned it directly on the field. That's where I learned the languages. That's where I learned to deal with people. Being Swiss usually gives you a little bit of diplomacy. So I had really this advantage that when I stayed, first of all, for 3 years in the Maldives, I met people from all over the world. And then when I moved into my job by really leading a company, I went from 0 to hero, basically, in a scuba diving education company. Then, of course, I had the possibility to continue to travel to meet people everywhere. And in scuba diving, people may think it's only about teaching people how to blow bubble underwater. But that's not the case. That's not all. Actually, this profession is super complete. You can be an instructor. So you have to learn theory. You have to learn physics, physiology, the underwater world. You have to learn so many things, but you have to learn to do also presentations. You have to learn to deal with problems, with difficulties, with people from different ages, from different having different values. You have to deal with people who have more difficulties to complete a skill. So you have to be able to provide a real good teaching environment. But of course, before you have the customers, you also need to sell the course, and you need to be able to promote continuing education. If you want to continue to be staying in that profession, you want to make sure that people who maybe start with just a small try scuba and go on the water, breathe bubble for the first time in the water, discover that, have this adrenaline shot, that they will remain in that they will continue to dive. Well, this is very comparable to any other kind of business. If you work in a field where you have the passion and you bring people to this environment because you share your passion, because you like it, then obviously people will join you, but then you will have to make sure that they stay with you. And that's actually what you also learn in this profession. Excuse me. So I have been spending all my life traveling the world, as I said, teaching divers from beginners to instructor trainers, conducting thousands of presentations, supporting businesses, small, bigger businesses in all parts of the world, and of course, occupying many different positions in the industry. But I will not speak about the past too much, because this is not the most relevant information for you to hear. But nevertheless, I remain in this profession because this is my passion. This doesn't mean that I have to leave this profession and don't do that anymore. So people ask me, are you still working for the company you are working with, which is Scuba Schools International, which is SSI? And my answer is yes. Why should I leave? Because I have another passion that I discovered, let's say, over the past 18 months. Over the past 18 months, I really realized that something else was also passioning me. I have been in following trends, because when you travel, you follow all the trends. You see all these different things. You see what is moving the people, what is engaging the people. You see what people are really looking for, what they are searching for. And it's not all based on scuba diving, no free diving, no whatsoever, because you see what is moving the world. And people have the tendency to say, in my country is different, in my region is different, in my language is different. Well, I tell you, it's all over the world the same, but you have to do some little adaptations if you want to be successful in any kind of business in a particular country, region, or language group. So I learned all of that, and I've been following that. So about 18 months ago, I realized that marketing was really changing a lot, and I have been coming from marketing. That's where I started actually my career. When I was 15, I made an apprenticeship in the marketing world. Of course, it was print media, so it was about the newspaper. They were still not using computer. We had no email, nothing like that. So you have to evolve, you have to adapt. When emails came, we found it's fantastic. When the web was there, we found it's fantastic. But the world does never stop, so you have to adapt. And that's what I started to do. Actually, I realized that the marketing world was so different, and you had so different, I would say, age groups that are so engaged. So not about the age, any person on any age, from 15 to, I don't know, 75, I would say now, or 80, because my mother is 81 actually. She's using the internet. So I realized that, wow, something is changing, but we have to adapt, and adapt very fast if you don't want to lose track. So I use it also for my normal activity, I would say, and I have been forced to move very fast during this year when things changed, because when things started to change in March, you can put your head in the sand and wait until things pass and that everything goes back to normal again. Will it go back to normal? My opinion, it will not go back anymore. So we had to adapt fast. Fortunately, I was working on a program which is called the Digital University. And this is something that we have been immediately putting into the market. So I've been coordinating and running with my colleagues over 350 webinars for more than 9,000 people in 25 languages. I could cover or support only the coordination in some languages or having a translator, because I speak 5 languages, but that's not enough to cover everything. And here I really learned a lot. I learned to deal with people on a different platform. I learned that you need to be very fast. You need to change the way you present. You need to really adapt very fast on what is moving. So first of all, I decided last year to invest 1 hour per day to learn something new. And this has, I would say, saved me mentally in being ready to do something on a different way. And that's fortunately, it became also my second passion, which is actually the online marketing. So as I said, I follow these trends, and this has been really the motivator, the engine of what I have been doing in the past 7 months now. Now, during all my career, my aim was always to support the industry. So of course, the industry that I have let's say my first passion. But nevertheless, as I said, I closely monitored all the change and the trends of other industries. So even if you can have sometimes vision that can bring your company developing new programs, rolling out new trends, you have to overcome some difficulties. So one of the things that I'm really proud of, 2 years ago, actually 2.5 years ago, I decided to propose a mermaid program. This mermaid program, everybody was laughing about it, because I said this positioning of the mermaid, which is not for the kids, which is for the adults, should be actually meant to be the ambassador of the sea. And this started in China. Well, today, this has been one of the engine of creating new free divers, new scuba divers worldwide. And this is something that sometimes you have to overcome some hurdles. You have to convince people that you have a great idea, that it will work, but sometimes you will fail. So you have to maybe twist it, tweak it, and make it working so that it will be really coming into the point that it will be working. Well, you can fail as well. Anyway, it was a success for that. And that's one of many programs that I have been part of. But it's always a teamwork, a team effort. And this is what is really cool, because then you can also move on in your career. You can see things that are changing. And coming back to the online marketing world is exactly the same. Would you post exactly the same type of post on your Facebook wall today as you posted maybe 3 years ago, 5 years ago? Do you know what changed in that world? Many things changed, actually. But are you aware of this change? Are you making business out of your Facebook page? Yes? No? That's a decision people need to take. I have so many friends, so many colleagues, so many people that have contacted me because they have been furloughed. They lost their jobs. They are in the diving industry, in the tourism industry, they are in any industry, and they are seeking something different. Some people, they are fed up with this 9-to-5 rat race. They want to do something different. So that's also a motivation to support people. Now, of course, you can do whatever you want, but you have an opportunity, especially now, if everyone is talking about a new lockdown, maybe well, maybe it is the time to really realize that you would like to do something different. But before that, some people wanted to also enter this new business world because they want to be their own bosses, they want to be entrepreneur, they want to do something different. Well, the world is so open, so wide open now that you can do that from anywhere in the world. You can have a 4G, 5G connection, whatever you want. You have an internet connection. You can do it from your mobile phone. You can be sitting on the beach. You can be sitting in the airport. You can be in a train. Basically, from everywhere in the world, you can start to do business. You can do your things just having a connection. So it's super easy. Of course, you have to be consistent. You have to be doing something, and you have to do something. You have to be in the front line. You have to be active. Well, you know that you have many people, they have this employee situation. Some are employees, some are even bosses and entrepreneurs, and they do not know how to motivate people. Well, sometimes you have also to let people think and develop themselves. So anyway, I consider that 15% of the people would like to live out of their passion. Actually, 15% are living out of their passion, and 85% have dreams, or maybe gave up their dreams, or maybe now are forced to find a new solution. And that's where I would say there are a possibility to leave this 9 to 5 hamster wheel, rat race, call it whatever you want. But it's important. And frankly, people who want to do that, they need to learn things on a daily basis. They really need to learn things that they will be passionate about. And if they are not passionate about, they are in the wrong field. So, but from the online business, you can be in any niche. And if you learn the basics, you can implement and apply that to any niche. Even better sometimes to be in a small niche. You have a smaller group, you have people that are closer to you, more related to you, and this could help. So actually, in this series of video, we are going to talk about what can be transmitted. You can learn some things. You can join also the Swiss Lifepreneur Affiliate Group, where we have at least twice a week a live call in a group call, and there are many things that are coming. But also, if you decide to really move into the, let's say, the marketing world, and you want to create something on your own, maybe, you know, I don't like to talk about passive income, because some people do need something that is the first income. And I have seen now people from different places of the world, and this is also the beauty of this this business, is that I have people working or cooperating or talking to me that are from Africa, from Australia, from very remote islands, from South America, from America. So it's so unique. You can be really close to a various group of people, and if you create this close relationship, it's pretty cool. I really enjoy it. I enjoy to be talking to people from different places of the world. So that was already my job before, but now I add also my private time into it, and I really have this opportunity and this luck that I can do that. So I would say this is just to give you a little bit of insight about me. Again, I'm not quitting my job because I love my job, and it gives me the opportunity to even help other people and to work in two different type of presentation. But what I learn in my I would say affiliate marketing business or online marketing business, I can even implement it for other businesses in the scuba diving industry, in the tourism industry. So actually, I can connect the dots, and it's super cool, because then you have always the feeling that you are always in the same field, but everything you can learn, you can twist and tweak for a different industry. Super cool. So my family, they work in a brick and mortar business, and they can use this knowledge as well. So nothing is impossible, I would say. So during the further episodes that will be coming, we will be covering how you can enter this business. What is important actually to really make sure that you do the right steps, that you are not being screwed or conned because people will try to get money out of you without providing the service. Again, keep one thing in mind. What is important is that if you are ready to learn new skills and you put a lot of efforts in there and you want to implement it, that's the second part, and you have the consistency to implement it, but you have no one to talk about, you will miss about 50% of the possibilities to get results. I'm not telling you will get results fast. It takes time, it takes effort, but it will be much faster if you have a coach. And I'm not considering myself as a coach. I work myself with a coach like I did in sport. I'm coming from sport. I still consider myself as a sports guy. And I have been working with a coach in sport who told me sometimes bad words and pushed me in the corner to really do more, to take more out of myself. And this has helped me a lot, but this is now also helping me in the business. And so that's what we are going to do. We are going to talk about that. What are the advantages and how does it change your life? So anyway, if you watch the replay, just say your impression, just ask further questions. That's important. If you have questions, if you have topics that you want me to cover in the marketing business, especially because this channel is really dedicated to that, then really put your questions and I will make sure that I will cover that in one of the future videos. So I wish you an excellent evening, an excellent day, depending where you are right now in the world. And I'm very happy if you put some comments, and see you soon. See you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye. Ciao.